escape the dungeon!
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your master of ceremonies, and I am joined by 4 mystifying players. Zach Brass.
That's me.
Dom Brass.
Heyo.
Nate Brass.
What's up, Internet? I am he is me.
And Tyler Knittle.
Howdy.
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, we are playing Urban Shadows 2nd Edition, a Powered by the Apocalypse game published by Magpie Games.
So there's a samurai school.
Yes, there's a samurai school where we live.
Cool.
A samurai school.
Hell yeah.
That's what they call
samurai
themselves.
school.
Yes.
I would love to hear more about this.
That's all we know. We saw it on a billboard. And we went, oh, fuck,
Yesterday.
there's a samurai school? Hell yeah.
We saw it on a billboard yesterday.
So what I'm hearing is you had plenty of time between yesterday and now to look up samurai school.
We think it's more fun to speculate.
Do you think they sell the armor? Or do you have to earn that? Or have it passed down through generations?
I think you got to earn
This
it.
is America. It's definitely a capitalism thing.
Yeah, you're right.
You gotta pay $6 million for it or something.
You have to earn it by going to enough samurai school classes, which you
Right,
pay
yeah.
for, and then you can use the money that you earned in addition to real money to buy the armor.
I know this isn't how all martial arts dojos work or whatever, but there's definitely some, right, where you can get a black belt without having black belt skills just because you basically buy it.
Is there a governing body for assigning your belt rank or whatever it is? You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I do. Is there?
Can you be brought before the belt commission and audited on the status of your belt?
They're like, do a roundhouse kick right now.
We hereby strip you of your belt and title.
Would it be them auditing the individual or them auditing the school that gave the belt is my question. I feel like it'd be a school thing, right? It's your school has lost the ability to give out black belts because, we just find your quality lacking.
Or does a better dojo come around and do what they do in the movies and is we challenge your dojo?
I definitely think it works like that.
And if you get your asses handed to you, they're you don't deserve this belt. And then your pants fall down.
That's definitely how it works.
Yeah,
That has
that's
to be
gotta
how it works.
That's definitely it.
That's what happened in Ip Man.
I watch the Olympics. I've seen how those are just who can pants the other person first by taking their belts off.
Well, I guess you can't pants someone in a gi, can you? Is it 2 pieces or 1?
I mean, the belt is
probably depends on the
used
gi,
to hold
right?
up their pants.
It's
I think we
pieces,
can all agree on
probably.
that fact.
Yeah, I agree with Nate there.
It's tied
definitely a
around
decorative
the
belt.
shirt
Guys,
thing.
I know nothing about martial arts.
I mean, you
If
can
you can't
still
tell.
pants somebody if they're wearing a one piece. You just have to pull that much harder.
You're just completely derobing them at that point.
So I'm guessing from the sounds of it that none of us have taken any martial arts classes or anything like that in our lives.
No, but I have a mild side story of actually, I think it was when I went to your wedding. I was on the flight on the way back next to this dude who was reading like one of those like pickup artist books.
Oh, God.
And he had his martial arts belt wrapped around his backpack prominently so that you knew he did martial arts and
Sounds
he
like
could
a
kick your butt.
super cool dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That guy gets laid constantly.
Do you think he displayed it when he was like a yellow belt?
That's why he's reading a pickup artist book. You know, the thing is, I don't remember what belt he was, but it wasn't black belt.
I'm a green belt.
Oh,
You better back off. I know a little bit of martial arts.
I may not be as competent as an orange belt, but I could kick the ass of a brown belt.
Yeah, grab my forearm, see what happens. Like this, though, specifically like this.
No, not like that. Move it up a few inches.
I'm tougher than some of the people here.
I walk into a room and I know I could beat up at least 3 people. How many do you think you could beat up? 1?
Yeah. If 2 people, if I try to fight 2 people, I'm fucked.
Oh no, I meant 3 people one at a time. Not at the same time. Silly.
Oh no.
And like with breaks between, obviously.
Yeah, I meant of the people in this room, 3 of them I could beat up in a 1v1 competition. Not
Under perfect circumstances.
yeah, as long as I'm hydrated.
But we're avoiding the important question, relating this back to, you know, samurai school. How many people could we beat up in a sword fight?
I feel like when real weapons are involved, then luck goes a lot farther.
I won't unsheath it, my katana. It'll stay in the sheath. I mean, getting whacked by that thing hurts a ton.
Well, you're not supposed to draw it unless you're ready to draw blood, right?
Yeah, I'm not
that's
trying to
the
draw
rule of
blood.
the
I'm trying to beat
Bushido.
people up.
You don't wield your weapon unless you're gonna pull it out of its scabbard, obviously.
Nah. I've seen Kill Bill. It's an extension of the weapon.
So are you guys gonna sign up for samurai school? I feel like you
Probably
have
not.
to.
I just thought it was really cool.
Coward.
Come on, guys. You got to. You got to report back to us.
4.2 stars, Samurai Academy. Think about it.
Wow, 4.2? That's not bad.
6 reviews.
Audience, if all of you go and comment how great this episode is and how much you want Tyler to sign up, he'll sign up for at least
Nice.
3 classes.
I'll provide
Samurai
photographic
school.
evidence.
But you can't see it on the podcast.
Make a little vlog out of it.
Yeah, I'll cut through some bamboo in a competition. You know,
That's what they do, right?
that is what they
I'm
do.
sure.
No, that's what they do. They
I have no
And I'll
idea.
take pictures
I don't-
like a proud mother.
yeah.
Nice.
Someone has to be proud. Maybe you will be, audience.
They won't.
Wow. Samurai school. That's really something.
It'd be a great anime. It'd be a great knockoff of Cobra Kai for sure.
The samurai school moves in across the street.
Yeah, no, that's
Now
that's
the
the next
kids are having
season.
to punch fucking katanas.
Trying to do the end of Karate Kid like swan kick or whatever it's called to somebody in full samurai
he just held his
armor.
sword up.
Cutting off your own foot on a katana because you tried to roundhouse kick a samurai. Oh God!
You did this to yourself.
What did
I
you
thought you'd
think?
Yeah,
move
don't
it.
kick a sword.
Or like block with the flat end.
No,
What the fuck, dude?
we got to beat Cobra Kai. So we got to cut their feet off.
They can't kick if they don't have feet.
No, but then the character that gets their foot cut off gets
I was going to say they definitely get a prosthetic foot, and it's got weapons in it.
Yeah, it's made out of it's just made out of titanium. So when you get hit by it, it just shatters your bones.
How come the new season of Cobra Kai is rated R?
Well, they say fuck a lot, way more than they typically did.
Oh my god, that kid's brains are on the street.
I mean, can I spoil it? I won't spoil it.
You know where else you might see brains on the street, Nate?
Las Vegas during Urban Shadows.
Shadows.
Previously on Urban Shadows, time marches on. The group pursued their own goals over 2 months of relative peace. Ezra and Dale worked together to deal with gremlins and sand dealers. Cris researched forbidden magic, and Bobby got artsy. But everything changed so suddenly. Ezra's sister Cassie has gone missing, and at her hotel room, an apparent message. You had one job. Meanwhile, Chris's boss Nigel has been murdered, and Celeste was brought in on suspicion by the local cops. At Nigel's home, Cris found an ominous clue. A long-lost staff, once belonging to an infamous member of the powers that be.
I think let's pick up with Cris. Back, still in Nigel's penthouse apartment, you found this very old magical staff, this infamous relic of the powers that be's history, something that absolutely should not be here. I mentioned last week that this is like what I referred to as a capital C clue. We talked a little bit about adapting something from another Powered by the Apocalypse game, Apocalypse Keys, into how we're going to handle this mystery, this arc of our Urban Shadows campaign. Well, I did a little bit of research. I brushed up on some of the Apocalypse Keys mechanics, and here's how that game works. That is a game about investigating mysteries that are ultimately about very bad things that are going to happen if you aren't able to stop them. And I think that is what Cris is starting to realize might be going on here. This feels like more than just Nigel being murdered. We'll get to the specifics there in just a second. But how Apocalypse Keys works is each mystery has I'm going to use the terms that game uses, so bear with me here for a second. That is a game about stopping a doomsday clock from filling, and in order to do that, you must match keys, clues that you find, to facets, the most integral pieces of information that you are searching for that don't just reveal who done it or why done it, but what is the grand scheme, the grand plan that is trying to happen, that will be very bad if it happens. Each facet of these mysteries must be tied to a key. So you need one key for each facet. You have found one key. You have found this staff. But you don't necessarily know which facet this key goes to. But as you're looking around, Cris, I think you are realizing what the facets are, what the pieces of this mystery are. And here's what you uncover. There are two facets that are a part of every mystery in Apocalypse Keys, and which I'm bringing over to our mystery here. One is called Harbinger, or Harbinger, not Harbringer. No, there's not an R there. You always want to say Harbinger, but that's wrong. Harbinger. The other is Door of Power. And what those basically mean is who is actually behind this and what is the bad thing they're trying to bring about. But those aren't the only two things you need to figure out. The other two facets of this mystery right now, one is that this is a locked room mystery. There were no signs of forced entry here. There's no indication of really how this murder happened, but somehow it did. And you're going to have to figure out how that came to be.
Man, I wonder if magic has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But there's one more interesting thing that you're going to need to find out about, Cris. Because as you have studied the place of power here, as you have looked around, you were searching for indications of what Nigel was up to, right? What sources of information or power of the powers that be that he had in his apartment. You found this staff, obviously. But there's one other thing you find in here that I want to share with you. You find Nigel's planner notebook, one of those leather bound, calendars where, you put your meetings and whatever, and you find one of those.
Did he have the apocalypse in his planner?
Well, as you flip through it, remember it's currently Memorial Day weekend. You're looking around current date. You don't see anything that really stands out. You flip through the next week, the week after that, the week after that. And there you see something really stands out to you. June 30th. Just over a month away from today. The date is circled, and in big, bold handwriting, Nigel's handwriting, across that, banishment. No other details. Doesn't say what that could mean. Doesn't say who it could be about. Banishment. That is the fourth facet of this mystery. What banishment means in this context. What is Cris feeling? What is going through her head as she's, very quickly taken in all of these bits and pieces of information and mystery? What just what are her first thoughts here?
Cris is confused, kind of taking everything in, grabbing a bunch of books, to fuck with anyone else trying to solve this mystery or make it so others can't solve the mystery. I'm just gonna take all of these items. Can I like turn this staff into like, I want to make it look like a cane sword, but then when I like pull out the sword, it turns into its regular staff form.
I think that's a relatively simple magic for you to do right now, just like a very basic illusion. I think as you are preparing that, you hear the elevator chime. And you look up at it, and you can see the like display that is, by the elevator that tells you what floor it's on. Looks like the elevator had been recalled down to the ground floor and is now starting to elevate once more. And you see the number tick up, and it's getting closer and closer to your floor without stopping.
I'm gonna channel my magic.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 14 to channel magic, so I can hold 3.
Okay. You charge your crystals that you carry, ready for some spells.
And then I think the plan is to cast Veil on myself. Spend 1 hold to make yourself invisible from sight. Mundane, supernatural, electronic, etc. for a few moments.
Okay. So, Cris, you feel yourself go, ghostly invisible. Just a moment later, the elevator stops at the penthouse floor, and the elevator doors open, and you see a couple police officers, uniformed officers, as well as a couple detectives walk into the room and, get back to work investigating this crime scene. But you are entirely unnoticed.
Eavesdrop.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. See what their main, thoughts are so far, what they've found, and then dip.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna eavesdrop for a little bit.
Yeah, you don't have a ton of time. A few moments is what that spell says, right? You hang around enough to overhear the cops talking, and it's very basic investigation work at this point. They're still clearly, double checking, triple checking, dusting for prints, and you overhear a couple of the officers talking about, that person that they brought in on suspicion, but doesn't seem like they're talking yet, won't admit to anything, but one of them is like, yeah, I'm sure she did it. And the other one's like, I don't know, she seems pretty meek and gentle. It's not super insightful, but they're still working the scene,
Okay. Yeah, then I'm just gonna sneak into the elevator and go back to the ground floor.
And by the time that the elevator opens the ground floor and you slink out, you are visible once more. You see a bunch of cops playing with a mangy-looking, terrible, ugly dog.
Could I would like to teleport out so I'm not seen walking out of the elevator.
Yeah, no worries. You're able to skirt out of the elevator, out of the apartment building, seemingly unnoticed, thanks to your spells. What is the plan?
Meet up with Cris and talk about what we were able to put together with the scene and what our next plan of action is.
Okay, so Bobby and Cris are gonna regroup. You guys planning to go anywhere in particular for that?
What if we go to the slots at that one specific place? To the magic slot machine.
Ooh.
Okay, so you're gonna go searching for the magic slot machine. Very cool. Let's jump over to Ezra and Dale, who had finished dealing with Hector, the advertising marketing guy / Bobby's sand dealer friend, who has agreed to stop dealing sand in exchange for a debt. You guys were planning to go back to the hotel that Cassie was staying at. That's still the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ezra, you lead Dale back to kind of a mid-tier hotel off the strip where Cassie and the other network, grunts working on this TV show were being put up. Ezra, you know where Cassie's room is, so you start heading in that direction. You get to the floor, and as you walk to the door for Cassie's room, Dale, you don't see anything. It is just a blank, nondescript segment of hallway wall. Ezra, you see Cassie's, door. You see her door.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So I attempt to gain entry.
Ezra, that's a wall.
Yeah, and as you you had previously been able to lockpick your way in or whatever. As you open the door, Dale, your vision goes blurry, and then all of a sudden this door is there where previously it looked like Ezra was just messing with the wall, and now there's this open door that leans into a absolutely destroyed, turned over hotel room with "you had one job" carved into the wall.
About a month ago, this would have freaked me out. I'm just desensitized to it now. Is that bad?
I don't know. It's probably better for your nerves this way, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, help me find a hairbrush or something.
You got it.
So, yeah, I don't know. I go and search, I guess, her bathroom and see if there's a hairbrush or something.
Okay.
And I'm pulling open drawers to see what I can find.
Dale, you're opening the various, dresser drawers and, the little medicine cabinet or whatever. There's not a ton of storage space in here. There's a little closet. You open up everything. Everything is in disarray. The closet, the bar that had the hangers that were locked onto there so you can't remove them like hotels do.
Who steals hangers?
That's a real thing, man.
I know.
Those have been yanked off forcibly and just dropped onto the bottom of the closet. The drawers have been fully removed and thrown against the walls and broken. So people have already torn this place up looking for stuff, I guess. You don't really find anything in any of those because someone's already been through them. But maybe there's a... Is there a hairbrush, do we think?
I mean, it's such an innocuous thing.
It is, but is it? Ezra, as you are in the bathroom, like, look, no, there's no initial hairbrush. You think, oh, maybe the drain, the shower drain, hair gets caught in there.
Gross.
Yes, that is so super gross, but
It's a hotel room, so it could be lots of people's.
You yank open the shower curtain, which was still in place. That did not get ripped open. So you yank it open, and you see standing in the shower Azrael.
Fuck. Oh, God, just giving me a heart attack. What are you doing here? I did your job.
I got you. You were scared, Ezra.
Of course he does it just to fuck
It
with
was
you.
actually just a homie.
Yes, I was a little bit scared there. Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking hell. I almost killed you.
Tell yourself that if you need to. What are you doing here, Ezra?
I am just looking for some of my sister's important stuff. What are you doing here? And where is my sister?
You care for your sister, do you?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't want her to wind up in your grubby paws.
Well, perhaps you should have considered that before you ignored my orders.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm above that shitty, cheap job you just gave me. You've surely got someone else better than that.
Let me be clear with you. I hold your soul in the palm of my hand, Ezra. That used to mean something. That used to mean that there was an understanding. That when I told you to jump, you didn't even ask how high. You just jumped as high as you were capable. But somewhere along the line, you decided you don't play by my rules anymore. And I was lenient. I allowed you pleasures, privileges, those you did not deserve. I still allowed you anyway. Yet despite all of that, you still defy me time and time again. After the last time I had to punish you, Ezra, I warned you. Do you remember? Or have you ignored that? Just like all my other commands.
That's the first time Ezra's smirk kind of, dies down a little bit when he brings up the punishment, and he, just kind of turns. He's like, all right, look, it won't happen again. Just bring back my sister. I get the point.
It will not happen again, Ezra. Because you are no longer my problem.
What are you talking about?
I've made a transaction, boy.
What, you sold my soul?
I did indeed.
Come on. Without Josh, I'm the best you got by a long shot.
Sometimes there is addition by subtraction. I wasn't sure how much I could get for you, as defiant and incapable as you are.
Capable my ass.
Luckily for me, I did run into one who had a vested interest in acquiring you, and I was able to get quite the deal.
What are you talking about?
I'm afraid it's no longer my position to say anymore.
No, you've got one really important thing left to tell me. Where's my sister?
I imagine your new patron will be in touch. Best of luck, Ezra Fontaine.
Hey, you're not going I go to grab him. Where's my sister, Azrael?
And as you grab at him, his form just sort of dissolves into smoke and goes down the shower drain.
Fuck!
Well, that was weird.
Oh, bye, Dale. Sorry I didn't really talk to you.
I was here the whole time.
This was more a me and Ezra conversation.
Yeah, well, hotel rooms are small.
Dale peeks from behind the corner of the door.
Is that canon? I imagine this was a Shadow Realm conversation.
Oh, no, he was just fully in the shower.
Oh.
Yeah, you heard him. You probably heard the conversation. We're like, I'm not going to step in there. I'll wait for them to finish.
I'm going to sit out of that one.
I mean, I'm going to keep searching the hotel room for now. Just triple check that there isn't anything laying around that I can find.
It can also be like a precious item of hers. Doesn't have to be hair from the sink.
Ugh.
Well, either. I don't know how much of her stuff is actually here. Mike wasn't super clear on if they took what.
Most things of note seem like they have been taken, but you know what? We're playing a game with dice. Maybe we leave this to dice. I would like you to roll with wild, as you are studying a place of power.
Wild, huh?
Ooh.
Okay. 7.
Okay.
That's a hit, which means that you see below the surface to the reality underneath. It's really, really faint. But you find carved under the bed of this hotel room, ever so lightly into the ground, into the floor, a pentagram. And in the middle of that pentagram, you find a hairbrush.
Dang. Okay. All right. Yeah. Obviously, take the hairbrush, inspect it. Assume it's still got some hair.
Yes, it does. And it is, looks like Cassie's hair.
All right. I'm gonna roll the dice on that one and assume I didn't just find someone else's hair that got, demon cult summoned or something.
What are you and Dale planning to do next?
All right. Next thing I do is call Cris.
Cris, your phone rings as you and Bobby are heading out away from the hotel or the apartment building.
You've reached Cris. I'm out solving a mystery right now. Please leave a message.
Cris,
after
I'm
the
going
beep.
to fucking kill you if you don't pick up the phone. I start texting Cris rapidly.
No, I'm kidding. That was actually me. I did answer. What's up?
Oh, okay. I need your help to figure out where the fuck Cassie is. We've got a hairbrush. That's all. That's the best we could find. Hopefully, that's enough. But yes, you can do that, right? You've got the magic locator spell.
Yep. I can probably figure out. So, not with your patron?
She might be. I don't know. He sold me. I don't know who my patron is, actually, by the way.
They can... Whoa. I didn't realize that you could be sold like that. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, you're on speaker right now. Bobby's here.
Oh, hey, Bobby. Yeah, so anyway, oh, you know how you really hate Azrael, Bobby? I kind of want to kill him too now. So, you know, if you need some help. But anyway, where are you guys? I really need to hurry up with this. You know, my sister might be dead.
We are at the casinos trying to find the magical slot machine that can help us solve these mysteries.
Hurry up, Dale. We're going to the casinos.
Again.
Yeah, I know.
As Bobby and Cris are heading towards the strip to start looking for this magic oracular slot machine, you are passing through an area that, Bobby, you recall is where you did one of your recent tags, but not one as yourself, one as this new Instagram account that you've created and have been getting followers on. And as you get closer to where you did this tag, you see that there is quite the crowd that has gathered around, that are like taking pictures of it and laughing and pointing and just checking it out. It's quite sizable. But as you're getting closer to it, you realize that there's something off. You said that like one of the pieces you did, and we'll say it's this one, was like of a demon hand, like holding a flaming sword or something like that.
Yeah.
You see that painting is on the wall, but it has been splattered in reddish brown substance. Propped up in front of that painting is a mannequin, and the back of the mannequin's head has been cracked open and hollowed out. And the mannequin is like holding a palette and a paintbrush and displayed as if it were painting what you made.
Oh, wow. You know, most of the stuff you've been doing lately has been kind of just pointless bullshit, but this one really has that Bobby charm to it.
All right, I take a picture.
You take a picture of it, and as you are doing that, you get a whiff of the area, Bobby, with your canine senses. And you can tell that the reddish brown that has been splattered over your tag, absolutely human blood.
Yeah, I was trying to do something with this, and they're kind of like a commentary on art, which is cool, but not. This is fine.
Got owned by art.
No. Like, that's actually cool.
Now you're expensive.
It's kind of a meta
Yeah,
thing.
that's kind of rough.
It's just kind of frustrating just because I'm doing a separate art piece.
Is it like more or less frustrating than when one of your closest friends had a ghost that would yell poser
Not yet.
at you.
Sell out.
It's the same thing.
Sell out.
No, that was worse, actually. Yeah, that was worse. This is fine. This is fine.
That was worse,
It's
okay.
just sort of not the takeaway. Well, most people are stupid, so they probably won't even put that together. So it's fine. Like,
I don't know. This one seems pretty blatant.
it is, yeah, but
Do you think it was your vampire friends?
maybe.
Do you think they're pissed that you're doing bad art?
But this is gonna be good art. They just don't understand it yet.
Well, I think someone else made it good art. What you did was bad art.
I know, but like I have a plan. Like I have a plan with my art that it comes together. I want to smell. Do I smell any bacon? Boom. Do I smell any cops with my werewolf senses?
Not in the immediate area.
Okay, cool. Just good to know.
You guys continuing on to the casino, or is there anything Bobby wants to do about this?
I'm gonna leave this. I don't hear any weird conspiracies or anything, do I?
No.
I don't know. Like people talking about it, they just think it's a piece of art. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Then. It's
Oh,
fine.
like people, like I wasn't sure what you were getting at.
I don't hear just the conspiracy of exactly what happened, do I?
The
you off
guy
guard
is
there, Mike, huh?
standing around the corner muttering what he did to himself.
Yeah, I called him a sellout.
No, I meant like shut up. The story, like, you know, I don't know what people are saying. They're just saying they see a piece of art. They're just looking at a piece of art, right? They're not saying anything crazy about it.
You overhear like one guy like mansplaining to his girlfriend, yeah, this sword thing was here, you know, like a week ago, and then now this is there, and check it out. It's like the mannequin has no brain, and he's painting the painting.
Yeah, fuck it. No, that's fine.
Yeah, the audience like gets it, you know.
Yeah, this is bigger than like Kendrick and
Drake.
Drake. Yeah,
It's okay. It's fine to forget Drake.
exactly. But I didn't forget about Dre.
So you guys meet up on the strip. You might recall that this magical slot machine that you might be able to use to have like visions or something was hopping around, like it was magically moving from casino to casino. And last you knew, it was missing. Like Matilda didn't know where it was. Any idea how you might track that down?
Knowing Cris with magic.
Could you? I've got werewolf powers. My
Particular
powers are werewolf
smell?
powers. Yeah, so that's what I want to ask, but I'm like, I feel like I need more. I need more.
Push it in.
I mean, my let it out allows me to cast detect magic.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
And so I think just kind of vibing it and being like, you know, because just nose and vibes.
Nose and vibes. Okay. Roll to let it out with spirit, and we'll see how that goes.
I will do just as you have requested. And my roll will be immaculate.
Oh, it is pretty good.
Speak it, and it shall come. A 13.
Man.
What they call manifesting.
Nice, dude. Killing it.
Very good. So that means that you do it. Normally, let it out would mean that you would have to mark corruption and it would be costly, limited, or unstable, but you get to ignore one of those consequences. I would say the unstable part of that is that other magic wielders in the area might like get pinged by your your release of this energy, this detection magic as well, and might realize that like somebody in the area is looking for this thing.
That sounds fun. Let's do that.
Okay, so you do that. You do not have to mark corruption. And as you unleash this wave of energy, you sort of just feel the magic on the strip. And you're getting like small responses from different locations and different people up and down the street. But you're able to filter out the responses that you're not looking for. That's not the right kind of magic. That doesn't feel right. That has the wrong resonance to it. That's not what I'm looking for. And after a moment, you do get the right ping. And the feeling you get from it is of possibility. It is of curiosity. You briefly interacted with that slot machine before, but you weren't prepared for it. You weren't sure what it could do, how to do anything with it. And so the feeling you get is familiar, but a little more stable than you felt it previously. And you are able to bring the group towards it. And so you lead the group up the strip. You lead it past apparently a restaurant called Egg Slut. And I'm seeing that on Google Maps right now.
Okay, cool.
Past
Egg Slut getting a shout out.
Past the famous Bellagio fountains doing their thing, and into the Bellagio itself, where Cris, you're detecting this slot machine. And you follow this detection right up to what looks like a perfectly ordinary, Las Vegas Raiders themed slot machine.
It would be a Raiders slot machine.
Have we all met up?
Yeah, I think you're all together.
Cool.
And I'm not letting Zach say that Ezra has been banned from the Bellagio.
No, I'm bugging Cris to, help me find my sister. Hey, so now we found the slot machine. So is this gonna help us do that spell you were talking about? The find my possibly being tortured by demons sister?
Yeah, we can. Sorry, I've been, Nigel's dead and I've been.
You know who might not be dead?
Your sister. Yeah, no, we can do that. We can, definitely do that first, real quick. Attempt a tracking to learn the location of a specific person. You must have a personal object that belongs to the target or recent leavings of their body. A lock of hair counts as recent leavings of their body.
Obviously hand over the hairbrush.
I'm gonna pull out the magic crystal ball that I stole from Matilda.
Yeah, and you use the crystal ball and the hairbrush to cast this spell.
In the in the middle of the casino.
I'm sure that people have had stranger things with them in the Bellagio casino than a crystal ball and a hairbrush.
No, they have, but someone's still giggling as they walk by as a tourist.
For sure. Cris, you focus this divinatory magic, and you get a vision of a young woman who definitely has a familial resemblance to Ezra. And you see her as she is sitting in a nice restaurant, seems perfectly fine, perfectly safe, and perfectly happy as she is cutting into a nice steak and has a glass of wine next to her. And you realize that she's at, just one of these steakhouses. Does Emerald have a steakhouse on the strip? It's probably that one.
Probably.
Yeah.
In this universe, he does.
It looks like it's a seafood restaurant, but that's where she is, and she's having a steak, not seafood.
Oh, she's cute. Yes, I see her where she's eating. She's having steak. No, it seems she's at a seafood restaurant. She's here on the strip at a fancy place. Maybe Emerald?
I wouldn't call Emerald that fancy, but sure.
Bam.
Your sister's hanging out at a fancy restaurant. I'm really glad that we took the time to figure that out.
Hey, look, you didn't see her hotel room. It was fucking destroyed, right, Dale? Like, they fucked up everything.
It was very concerning.
Okay.
And there was an evil message carved into the wall. I think it's pretty reasonable. I thought she might be being tortured.
And a pentagram. Oh, and an actual demon was there, too.
There was a demon there?
Yes.
You saw a demon?
Azrael.
He was just hanging out there, just standing in the room.
Yeah, like I saw him.
In the shower.
Well, I didn't dare butt into that conversation.
How was that for you, Dale?
Well, at first I remarked that this is small potatoes compared to the things I've seen hanging out with y'all, but then, then
it was not small potatoes.
Then it was not small potatoes. Then it was very large potatoes.
Was there anything else weird about the hotel room? Was it in like a weird hotel or something?
I mean, the door materialized out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know how Ezra found it.
What are you talking about? It was, that was probably, I assume, evil demon magic to make it harder for hotel staff to butt in on our conversation. That's my guess.
I mean, it was some kind of something.
Well, Nigel's dead, and I found a bunch of clues at his place, and I think someone's trying to end the world again.
Why do they always try to end the world?
Well, maybe it's connected. I don't really know, but it's got something to do with this banishment happening June 30th.
What's the date?
It's May 26th.
It's Memorial Day weekend.
Oh shit, that is not that far away.
So it's just over a month away.
I mean, it's just banishment. It just says, it doesn't say nothing about...
Well, banishment, I mean, we're trying to figure out who killed Nigel, what the banishment is. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I also got this really cool magic staff.
Does it do anything?
I don't know, probably. It was owned by this, like, lich guy that, like, pretended that he was gonna be... It's a whole thing. I'll tell you about it later.
All right, neat. Anyway, what are we here at the slot machine for then?
Well, I wanted to use the magic slot machine to ask it some questions, be like, what...
Yeah, that might be the best place to start.
What's happening? What is coming for us? What needs to be banished?
Or are we supposed to stop the banishing?
I don't know. I figured I'd tell you guys, and one of you would come up with like a really good question for me. Dale?
Yeah, you're wise, Dale.
I got no fucking idea.
Okay.
Who's being banished, I guess?
Does one of you guys want to try the magic slot machine? Someone else could try it first.
I don't remember what happened last time somebody went in without knowing what they were doing with the magic slot machine.
Yeah, it ran away.
No, yeah, I just think, now that we understand it, why don't you do it so we don't lose it again?
That's probably fair. I just, I didn't want to feel like I dragged everyone out for a field trip and everyone's like, what the fuck are we doing? And I just, yeah, I will use the magic slot machine. That's probably the best call.
While they're all debating that, I'm just gonna be like, all right, I think they've got this handled, and walk down the street towards the steak shop or steakhouse.
Fish house, but yes. You head out towards Emerald's New Orleans Fish House, and where your sister's getting a steak
in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas. While Cris, you sit down at this Raiders themed slot machine that is just radiating magic that you feel. You put a coin in the slot machine and you pull the lever, and you are suddenly in a white void. Just you and the machine. And the symbols spin and spin and spin on the screen in front of you until they stop, and there's a message there that says, "What would you ask?"
What is coming for us June 30th?
What is coming for us June 30th? I would like you to roll with power as these symbols begin to spin faster and faster and faster on the screen in front of you. You start to go dizzy with how rapid the movement is.
That is an 8.
And as the images, the glyphs that make up the slot machine stop one by one, cha-chunk, locking in place. The first thing that comes across the screen, a phantom. They begin to spin again. Cha-chunk, cha-chunk, cha-chunk. Locking into place once more. Lost long ago still lingers. Spin again. Stop, cha-chunk, cha-chunk, cha-chunk. The heretic. Spin again. And stop the final time. You see the last message before you are shunted out of the void and back to reality with your friends. The one split in two.
Whoa, that was awesome. I see why Matilda got addicted to this.
R.I.P.
So you think you have a good understanding of what you just seen?
I have a cryptic understanding of what is coming for us.
Okay.
And with that, let's jump over to Ezra. As Ezra, you walk down the street to the MGM Grand and into Emerald's New Orleans Fish House. You are greeted by a, oh God, what is it called? The person who's at the front desk of a restaurant?
Host?
Just the host. I was thinking of fancier words that I knew weren't right. I'm like, it's not concierge.
That was the first word that came to my mind as well.
You are greeted by the host. It's like, hi, welcome to Emeralds. How can I help you today?
I'm meeting someone.
Oh, great. Who are you meeting?
What's my sister's name again? It's Cassie, right? Was it Cassie? That was her name? What was it?
Oh my
Dude,
gosh,
that's your
yes.
sister.
Look, I just named her like a couple episodes ago. Shit, what was it? Was it that?
Oh my god, yes, her name is Cassie.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure. I'm looking for Cassie. I'm just kind of peeking around, when you're looking for someone when you walk into a restaurant.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the server's like clicking around on their iPad. It's like, oh yeah, Cassie Fontaine?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a table for two. Follow me.
Okay, yeah, I do that. Oh god, this is gonna be my patron, isn't it?
You are led into the dining area, and you see your sister dressed in a really nice black suit, eating and drinking a glass of wine. She smiles as she sees you, and the server brings you to the table and gives you a menu and leaves you with your sister.
Cassie? I say with a raised eyebrow.
Hey, big brother. Have a seat. And her eyes glare red with fire for just a moment. We've got some business to discuss, I think, on the next episode of Escape the Dungeon. Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Knittle. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.